why is this project bank essential for Yangon development and growth for future and economic, social, something like that?
Okay, that's a very good question. So firstly, we were approached by the Yangon region government in November of last year, and we started doing a lot of work around firstly bringing together all of the infrastructure plans for Yangon region from different sources into a single document, and that's the Transforming Yangon Thought Leadership piece. We then, as part of that, became involved in the Project Bank program, and Chief Minister asked us to help YMD pull together all of the criteria and how you would assess it, and then create the list for Project Bank and the project sheets that go into the document, which is now, our work is largely complete. The next phase is very important though. Firstly, Project Bank needs to continue being developed over the longer term. Secondly, some projects need to get taken to market as a priority. Why do I think it's important? Well, firstly, any government that's embarking on a large-scale infrastructure program must do it in a very practical way, in a very transparent way, and a way that is easily understood by both the local investor market as well as the international investor market. So Project Bank is the starting point in creating a transparent pipeline of projects that the Yangon region government can take to market and get investment from the private sector for infrastructure delivery. I think it's absolutely critical that it continues, and certainly if you look at the ambitious plans for Yangon region, having a project bank in place will help people better facilitate and support the development of that infrastructure over the longer term.
So did you take in some survey with the local community for public consultations about this project bank in Yangon?
At this stage, no, we haven't spoken to the general local communities. What we have done is we've spoken to each of the implementing government agencies. It's their job to consult with the local populations around individual projects. Now, over the longer term, if there is a very big project or an important project being procured, as part of the feasibility study, there should be broad-based consultation with the population around their thoughts on the project. So, for example, we know that there are a number of markets in Yangon that are a priority, and I would have thought that would be a priority for the population as well, to ensure food safety, access to clean food, access to produce. Consulting with them around the structure of the markets and what they would like to see in the markets will be an important part of creating the long-term success for the new markets over the longer term.
So whose idea to implement the project bank? I have learned about the Deputy Minister of the Finance and Dr. Seah. Is that right?
So I believe that MOPF drove the initial program around the Union Project Bank. From that, the Chief Minister said, well, we can do our own project bank for Yangon that then aligns with the Union Project Bank, and we can use that as a tool to provide projects into the Union Project Bank. So of course at MOPF level, at the Union level, Project Bank has been developed, and then at the regional level, Yangon region government is the main driver of the Yangon region Project Bank.
So for one or two questions less and very brief, and I have this project bank book that's was released in the Yangon Investment Forum. So your consent is this book?
My team and I, and PWC, importantly, have been involved in the development of that book. We've been working with YMD.
Yes, there are 18 projects in Yangon project bank. Is that right? So do you know how many investment concerning with this entire project regarding to 80 projects?
What's the total value of investment? At this stage, it's not clear because a lot of the projects haven't had any feasibility studies as of yet. But if you do look at them, some of the projects are very big. So the inner road expressway, the outer road expressway are hundreds of millions of dollars, which would facilitate far better transport of people and products around Yangon. Creating new ports and new airports is hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, what you would hope to see if these are done in a sustainable way over a long period of time and they are properly prepared up front, they would boost the economy very significantly over the long term.
So do you know how long would you take time for complete projects for feasibility study of the survey, part of PWC? For next how many years?
Well, each project has to have a feasibility study, and each feasibility study could take anywhere from 3 months to 6 months to a year, depending on its complexity. So it really does depend, not only on the complexity of the project, but also then in terms of the way that the government approaches their approvals, how they assess the project. So that can always add time. So eliminating bureaucracy, getting approvals quickly is very important.
As of last question, how which the Yangon region government or the chief minister himself faces the challenges to implement this kind of the project, each or individually or entire?
There are many challenges. Like any emerging market, it's everything from capacity of people in government and in the private sector, a lack of financial markets, so a lack of a banking market, regulation and changing regulation. A lot of the regulations in Myanmar are from quite a long time ago, so they need to be updated. Decision making can take a long time. Change in politics can very heavily impact on infrastructure programs. Any real challenges around the way that a program is developing could cause a block to a pipeline. So there are many challenges. What is important is that Project Bank is the first good step in creating a sustainable program.
Yes, thank you so much.
We can have another interview next time.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much.